Hey guys, how you doing? Come on in here. Come on in here. Welcome to our Monday night call. Happy um Labor Day weekend to you all. Happy Labor Day weekend. Let me adjust that. I think that should be better. Come on in here. We are going to be talking about how to harness the power of effective communication so we can get our ideal clients to take action. As you come in, tell us who you are, tell us what you do. If this is your first time catching me live, it's your girl, Sherri Somerville. Every Monday, we go live here inside of our Facebook group to teach you how to build your credibility, your community, and your cash flow. We believe that you don't need more credentials. What you need more is credibility. And when you learn the tools, the framework that we use to do that, you will be able to have consistent cash flow without sacrificing your family time. That's what we believe over there. We believe, oh, that's what we believe in over there, right? All right. Give me a one in the chat to make sure that you can hear me. And I want to know what y'all are doing for Labor Day. It's Labor Day. So I want to know what you guys are doing. I was talking to my success coordinator today, and she said, you know what I realized, Sherri? She says, y'all entrepreneurs, y'all don't even have a holiday. Y'all just be going like it's just another day. Like y'all don't even have a holiday. You over here doing video content and having meetings, and she over here barbecuing. So what are you doing on this fine Labor Day? I would love to know. I would love to know. Put in the chat right now what you are doing. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that you guys can hear me because I didn't get a one yet in the chat. So I want to make sure that you guys can hear me and that I am good to go before I start giving y'all all this gem because baby, tonight me training is going to change your life. I want to make sure that I can see you and you can hear me. Okay, good. Okay, good. I want to make sure that you can hear me and you should have been able to see me. That's the main thing. Hi, Devaney. How you doing? Monet, I love your name. Hey, Chris. Hey, Christina. What are you doing, Christina, for Labor Day weekend? Put that. Go ahead and put that in the chat for me right now. So I want to talk about harnessing your persuasive skills. I want to talk about. I really want to get you to understand this. I want to shift your belief system on this space because I want to rewire some things when it comes to growing your business. So you're really working in the area that is more effective for you to bring the results necessary for your business, right? Would you like that? Would you like that? Would you like to learn what the one skill, the one and only skill you need to bring your business, not just the six and seven figures, but to impact people, to impact your staff, to impact your clients, to impact your community, to change the zeros in your bank account? Would you be interested in learning that one skill that you need to know? Christina says she going live. Oh my God, Christina is my client, y'all. I'm so when she says she going live, it's everything for me because Christina don't go live. So shout out to her. If you're tuning in from YouTube, welcome. Um, are you interested, as I said before, in learning the one skill, just one skill that's necessary to move your business to six or seven figure, to get your ideal clients to say yes to you? Not just that, but also being able to talk to your clients, talk to people who are interested in your service, talk to your family, talk to your staff. Would you be interested in learning the one skill necessary for you to be able to do that? Give me a yes in the chat if you think that will be helpful, because I don't want to be wasting your time with anything that may not be helpful on this Labor Day weekend. I mean, hello, I don't want to be wasting your time with anything that is not going to be helpful for you. So if this is going to be helpful for you to learn only one skill that you need, this is a skill that the ladies are in my Unleash Your Inner CEO collective is also learning as well. And it took me years. I'm trying to save y'all some money. I'm about to save some people some money so you don't have to invest at a high level of what I invest in to learn these things. Y'all are getting this free. Can we say free? Y'all are getting this training free. Free. Y'all are getting this training. Hey, Joyce, welcome to our community. Y'all are getting this training free. Would it be possible for you to learn this one skill, the only skill that's necessary for you to move your business to 6 and 7 figures? Because I know that I wish hey, Catherine Latoya Grant Austin, Dr. Catherine Latoya Grant Austin, would you be interested in learning that? And the reason why I want to teach you guys this tonight is because I'm saving y'all some money. Y'all don't even have to hire a coach to know this one skill, right? If you're just joining us, we're talking about how to harness the power of effective communication so you can literally have your clients take action, have your staff take action, have your kids take action, right? I want to recall when you decide, I have so many financial professionals. Go ahead and tell us what you do in the chat. So in case people are looking for you, they can find you in the comment. Tell us who you are. Tell us what you do in the comments. So we can talk directly to your business. So we can make sure we're helping you grow your business. In the chat, tell us who you are. Tell us what you do. Whatever you do, whatever your expertise are, what is in, how did you get there? How did you find out that this is the thing you want to do? Right? How did you find out that I want to be a financial strategist? I want to be a financial coach to help people with their business. I want to get in life insurance because I want to help people not outlive their money. And if something happened to them, they'll be able to still be able to have their finances to go on. I want to be able to help people in Medicare with their Medicare business, with their Medicare services, because I got to answer. How did you, when you said that to yourself, how did you decide that that is what you want to do? And I guarantee that you got introduced to this space some way, somehow. I truly believe that you got introduced to the space, especially my people who are in finance. You got introduced to the financial space some way, somehow, right? Someone you talked on the phone, or you went to school, or you got some credentials, you got a degree in that space, or someone you talk to, whether it's at a conference or whether it's on a Zoom call, but someone did something. Someone did something that get you to say, yes, I want to be part of that thing. Do y'all can recall that? Put a yes in the chat if you can recall that. You talk to someone, you talk to an upline if you're in, if you're in the financial space. You talk to another person that was doing taxes and you said, man, this is a lucrative business. I want to be able to come in that. Nobody get in a space that you're in without not first having what we call a conversation with someone. No one got in this space, Catherine, Joyce, and everyone that's under the sound of my voice. No one got in this space without having a conversation. Can you recall having a conversation with someone? Or can you recall seeking out guidance in the area of your expertise? Can you recall that time that you're seeking out guidance and you look and you invested in finding out more about this expertise, and then you master that expertise? Master as in learning more about it, master as in going after it, master as in binge watching all the videos on IUL and binge watching all the videos on budgeting and finances and binge watching. Can you recall that time that you spoke to someone? Because let me tell you something. Before you said you want to be in this space, you clearly had to talk to someone that was in this space, that already had seen success in this space. So, and hear the word, their persuasion convince you to say yes to getting in life insurance, to say yes to getting in taxes, to say yes to getting in real estate, to say yes to being a financial professional, to say yes to being a financial strategist, to say yes to being a coach, to say yes to being an agent, to say yes to being an expert. Their conversation with you, how regardless of how the vehicle of the conversation was delivered, it was delivered in a way that got you to say yes. There was this persuasive conversation that happened. And in that conversation, you say, listen, I need to know more about this. There's a curiosity that happened that got you to say yes to being in the space that you're in? Yes, yes. Put yes, yes in the chat if that makes sense. Yes, yes in the chat if that makes sense. I'm waiting on my yes, yes, Joyce. I'm waiting on my yes, yes. That conversation, thank y'all. That conversation is why you're in the space today. And I remember I was in the space of doing business coaching, and the place was shut down. Like nobody was moving. It was COVID. Nobody was moving. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't go out to speak. I can't go out to talk to people. I was supposed to be flying to Philippines. I had signed a contract to go speak in the Philippines. It was me, it was Stedman Graham, Oprah's boo, and we were supposed to fly out to speak. The tickets was already paid for, and boom, here come COVID. And my girlfriend was already in my ear about doing life insurance. She was already in my ear. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't go out and speak. I can't speak at any contract. How am I gonna pay my light bill, my water bill? And I was already, if you guys know my story, I was already in using IUL, using index. I didn't know what it was called IUL at that time, but I was already using that vehicle to pay off some debt. So when I realized I can't speak anymore, my girlfriend was already in my ear persuading me about doing life insurance, just like somebody probably was in your ear persuading you to do whatever you're doing right now. And as the right time came around, one of my friends asked me, she said, Sherri, where did you take your life insurance test? I said, girl, because she was complaining about driving 30 minutes to take her test. I was like, honey, I had to drive 2 hours to take my test because everywhere was shut down during COVID. So 2 hours. So do not complain about 30 minutes when I had to drive 2 hours to prove that I'm truly serious about taking this financial test. That's what happened. When you say you're serious about something, it will show. You ain't got to speak on it. Your action will show. That's a whole other time. I digress. But I just wanted to share that with you because that was what happened with me. So I drove all the way to Tampa. I'm in Orlando. I drove all the way to Tampa. I'm a little bit outside of Orlando, so it took me 2 hours to get there and take my test, right? So I had to pivot in going fully into life insurance at that time. But my heart has always been teaching, coaching, and all the stuff that I'm doing right now in that space. But as I said before, there was someone talking to me. There was someone persuading me, right? They were persuading me. And convincing and persuading is two different things. Convincing is trying to prove or try to beg somebody to do something that are trying to prove your point to get them to say yes. Persuading is the person was already going to say yes. You're just moving them into that direction. Know the difference. That's a nugget for somebody right now, right? So when we're talking about the number one skill, it's the same skill that was used on you when you were trying to grow your business, when you were trying to get into the industry. So you got to think back and say, what did the person say to me that get me to say, yes, I want to be in this space. Yes, I want to be a tax professional. Yes, I want to be an insurance agent. Yes, I want to be able to help people. Yes, I want to be able to impact lives. You got to go back to that space of when you decide, keyword, to want to pursue your expertise. You got to decide, what did the person say to me that makes me want to say yes to this offer? What makes you decide to say yes? And the reason why I'm asking you that is because the number one ways to move your business from 6 to 7 figures, the number one, oh my gosh, yeah, listen, we just dropped the link for credibility to cash flow, our 5-day challenge. And why you haven't signed up? And for the ones who signed up, why you're not in VIP for $47? Okay. Why you haven't signed up for credibility cash flow, honey? Because we dive in deeper in that during that time. So what I figure out when I'm trying to be successful in my business, I said, okay, I'm not going to go the traditional route. I'm going to figure out what do I need to do in order to generate fast growth. Say in the chat, fast growth. I was under the impression, Dr. Catherine Latoya Grant Austin, I was under the impression that making money was slow. How many of y'all are feeling that? If you want to be successful, it's going to take time and it moves slow, right? I was under that impression. That's the impression that I was under. That's I had some work to do with my belief system until I get around people who taught me that making money has do not have to be slow. Our activity is slow, not the money. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Our activity is what is slow. It's not the money that is slow. We can have fast growth, but when we slowly do our activity that we're supposed to be doing, when we lack the discipline to do our activity, that, my friend, is what is slow, not the money. I gotta talk to the people in the back because I don't think y'all got that. Not I don't think y'all got what I just said. Sorry, I had to shake the table a little bit, but y'all need to be shaked up anyway. Okay. So I had to say, oh, it's good. It needs to take me a year to make money. It needs to take me 6 months. I need all of this stuff in place to make money. And when I started getting around the people that speak differently and was making money, right, was making 6 and 7 figures, was putting their money inside of their, they had given money out to Kenya, and I was seeing people putting it in their nonprofits, and I was like, wow, like, when will that ever be me? Right? That was a mindset I have, like, oh, maybe like 3 years. How many are thinking like I'm going to be successful, but it's going to take me about 3 years to get there? How many of y'all was thinking that? That was me. That was my mindset because my mindset was not developed at all. Y'all, I had to do some lot of work on my mind. I had to pay a lot of money to do some work on my mindset of where it is today. Woo, Jesus. Thank you for your honesty. I hear me in the chat. Amen. My activity is slow. Not exactly the activity. So we think money's slow, but we only think money's slow because we move slow in the activity that brings the money, and we're not consistent with that activity. So we are saying the money's slow. Baby, the money's only as fast as you are and your belief system is. The money's as fast as your authority is built. Oh, Jesus, I got y'all sign up. I don't know. I think we have the link up there somewhere. Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. So when I understand that, I started watching the pattern of successful people that I had admire. Put some successful people in the chat that you admire right now. I started watching and admiring some successful people. If you have some in your industry that you admire, drop that person name down there too. I want to see, who are you watching online? Who are you following? Well, who has the blueprint of your business that you may want to follow one day? Drop that person name inside of the chat right now. And because I thought, okay, I gotta do a reel, I gotta dance on TikTok, I gotta I got a door knock, I gotta leave my son. We just came from soccer, literally just came from soccer. And I would have to leave from soccer, go write a policy, go convince the person, got to the house only for them to say it's too expensive, I don't want it. And then I'm like, oh my gosh. I had to touch them 10 times before they say yes or say no. And I'm like, oh, making this money is slow, right? It's slow. So that's the idea I have. But y'all, this is so good. I hope y'all got your diva notebook and your diamond pen. But put but in chat. But when I learned the power of compressing time, Sherri, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? When I learned the power of not just compressing time, but when I learned the power of compressing time. What do I mean by that? You know how that book is called, the 12-month year or something like that. I forgot what the name of the book. It's pretty much something like that, like 6-month year or something in that nature. I think the book is called. That's what I'm talking about. Is whatever you spread out to do in 6 months and you do it damn near within a month. It's whatever you spread out to do in a year, you do it in 6 months. So the money is not slow. It's just our activity and our belief system to think that we can do it. That's what's slow, right? So we have our team have a blueprint of an entire year, what we're gonna do, what we're gonna offer, our conferences, all the other stuff. If we take all of that and push that in 6 months and just doing all those activities in 6 months, we compress time. Make sense? Yes, yes. We compress time. So for you to understand what I'm saying, you have to already even know what have some type of activity. Keep say activity again in the chat. Activity it's activity already planned out. So we know what we're doing in November. We already know what we're doing in December. When it comes to marketing and getting the exposure and the visibility of our business, because visibility is our responsibility. It's your responsibility, Joyce. It's your responsibility, Catherine. It's your responsibility, Katrina. It's your responsibility, Christina. It's your responsibility. So knowing that we got to have those activity planned out, because activity and our belief system, the energy of our belief system of how we do the activity is what generate revenue. Okay, so let me get to what I've been saying this whole time. The number one ways to move the zeros in your bank account, the only skill that you need to learn is effective, persuasive communication. Effective, persuasive communication. Let me tell you what that looked like. The same way someone spoke to you about your industry and you learn the ins and out of the expertise that you have, someone exposed you through effective communication. Someone spoke to you and persuade you to be in the space that you're in, whether it's a professor, whether it's an instructor, whether it's an upline, right? And you said yes to the opportunity of being in the space that you're in. You say yes to being in the industry that you're in. There's some way, somehow, there is persuasive, effective communication that took place and got you to say yes to the offer. So instead of really using your energy to learn how to do a reel, to learn how to dance on TikTok, to know how to do all that stuff, wouldn't it make sense for you to learn how to master, how to persuade, how to have persuasive, effective communication so you can talk to your ideal client, so you can talk on those reels? So you can talk on those TikTok. So you can talk on your Zoom call when you're showing up with a person and trying to persuasively get them to say yes to your offer. Wouldn't it make sense to learn the skills necessary, how to create a core message that speak to your clients, that speak in the camera to speak to that person, to get them to say yes? Wouldn't it make sense to learn? Give me a yes, yes in the chat. And if it's a no, let me know. But give me a yes, yes in the chat. If when I learned that persuasive, effective communication is what necessary, the game changed. The game changed for me. The game changer. So, because reels are just grabbing a camera and speaking. Yes, yes, right. We teach video marketing inside of our Credibility Castro Challenge. I don't know why you're not signed up yet, and why you're not signed up for VIP. And if you need a link, just say cash flow. We'll make sure we send a link in your DM. Just put cash flow in the chat, and we'll make sure that you get the link by the time I get off. 100%. Because we're gonna do a 5-day challenge of this. This y'all was a aha moment for me. Why is Solomon so amazing? King Solomon in the Bible. Why was King Solomon? I'm a God girl for y'all newbies who is just checking me out for the first time. I'm a God girl, right? I'm a God girl. So what I learned about King Solomon in the Bible, because I use my Bible as my biblical direction for my business, right? So you learn that if you're new to my space. And one thing about King Solomon, the reason what makes him so effective, because he was wise and he was knowledgeable. He was wise and he was knowledgeable, and he would speak and he would command people, not through reels or TikTok. He would just speak. He would just speak to the people. And there is a lady in the Bible that say, spend so much money, money as in our value. You know, back then they ain't had physical money, right? And the reason why she paid him for his knowledge, because, which coaching started then back then, right? It wasn't called coaching, but even back then, but he was wise and he was knowledgeable. So because he was wise and because he was knowledgeable, the point here is people listened to him, and he could get people to move, and he could get people to do things just by speaking. I'm not even just talking about Jesus. I'm talking about Solomon. I'm talking about David. I'm talking about being in a jail cell and doing instructions to his people to get them to move. So if these people who we read about all the time, if we're reading our Bible, who we read about all the time, whether what, and they're using the power of effective persuasive communication, isn't it necessary for us to learn how to do that? I would rather spend my time learning that than learn about a policy, than learn about IUL policy. I would rather spend my time learning how to speak in a persuasive way to get to learn the person and the results of what they need. And I think we don't spend enough time harnessing that gift. We don't spend enough time speaking on that gift. We don't spend enough time developing effective communication that get our ideal client to take action. And we spend more time on anesthetics than we do on effective communication. And let me explain something to you for the people in the back. If you master how to communicate effectively, you don't even need the anesthetics. You don't even need the color, the image, listen, I bought a program and I paid in full for the program, and the program was like 5 figures, and I paid in full for the program, and the person never had a sales page. She had a Google Drive. She had a Google Drive. And I said, and I paid for the program based on what she was telling me, not based on a nice sales page and colors and images and none of that, based on the value of what she was putting out. There's somebody that spoke value into your soul that got you in the industry that you're in. And if that works on you, what makes you feel that, or why are you neglecting not learning the power of effective communication? And I mean verbal communication. And the reason I said verbal, because we're talking about speed. How long does it take for you to put up a 3 minute, not even 3 minute, 90-second video on Facebook talking about your products and your services? How long does it take you to do that? So persuasive communication is not just speaking on stage. It's on that Zoom call when that person call you. It's making sure, let me tell y'all what I used to do. I'm giving y'all a little bonus gem. When someone say yes, hey, and most of the time people find me when I was physically writing a policy. Now I send the policies to my downlines, so I don't physically write the policies anymore. So I would make sure they have everything. You have a driver's license. How much pound do you weigh? What is your and we have an intake form from all this, but what medication are you on? Because I want to effectively get all the information before I get on the phone, because we want to compress time, right? We want to compress activity. I don't want you to get on the phone with me and you don't know your beneficiary birthday. Somebody gonna get that later. So we talk about compressing time. That's what we are in right now. So the reason why we have to learn how to make money faster without dropping quality, let me be clear, but we just have to know how to make money faster without dropping quality. And that happened through effective communication. I cannot tell you how many people will call me about life insurance because Rockefeller is on Facebook talking about how he never lose money, and all he do is use his life insurance, overfund it, and then take that money and then replace that money and all that. Him and Candy. He's effectively communicating to the masses. And when they hear that real or that's out there, guess what? They're calling the closest person they know that does the life insurance. So what can he do that you can't do? This is so good, y'all. This is so good. If you're finding value so far, give me a high five. If you're finding value, what I'm saying, give me a high five in the chat. So while everyone was trying to figure out, make this thing pretty and make that thing look good and make your brand pretty and all that good stuff, I was just trying to figure out, how do I create a core message that gets people to understand the value that I have to offer to them so they can say yes. Y'all, we only got less than 10 minutes. Y'all better get this credibility cash flow link, literally. How can we do that? Thank y'all for the high five, right? So if you spend, and I challenge you, you're going to make so much money. And yes, I said it. If you spend more time figuring out how to verbally communicate to the 5 people on your Facebook page, because here's the thing, people always say, Sherri, I want more leads, which we show you how to build an audience and really get a lot of leads. We build this Facebook group from 0 to 4K in less than a year, and had a sold out conference. How were we able to do that? That means I know how to build an audience. I know how to do that. I know how to help you consist. We get 26 leads per day, and we literally can't even handle all the leads we get. So we have mastered that, and we only use the video marketing. Yeah, let me go ahead and just put cash flow in the chat if you're ready to attend this 5-day challenge, because we giving y'all all the gems, literally. Cash flow, the word cash flow in the chat if you want the link to come to our 5-day challenge to learn how to build your credibility and move your credibility to cash flow. And because what I realize, the reason why we're slowly not making money is because the industry that we are in, the financial industry, this is another gem, y'all. So we just learned that persuasive, effective communication is something we need to master. And I'm going to talk about more about what that looks like in our 5-day challenge. We'll have 5 days to dive deeper into that. And then we also talk about we are slow. The way our business blueprint of how we bring people into our ecosystem is super slow. Here's why I'm telling you that. The way you're taught to bring people into your ecosystem is you're taught to call this one person, talk with this one person, and use this one script for this one person, right? And they say yay or nay, and then you have to follow up with them. Then you hang up, call this other person, see if they're interested, and you do that again. So now you're talking to, and you do the same script you just did with the other person. That's why, because you're only one person. You're only one person, and having to talk to all these different people over and over. They're telling the same thing. Y'all see why it's so slow? Who got it? Who got what I just said? Oh, somebody said they already signed up. Yes, Nikki. Nikki says she's already signed up for Credibility to Cash Flow 5-day challenge. Yes, honey. Nikki, make sure you get the VIP. Did you get the VIP? That's why it's so exhausting. The VIP is only $47, baby. And we're gonna go into high value thinking and worthiness of that, but we'll touch on that. Put cash flow in the chat if you need the link to sign up. So do you see why it's so slow? And it's slow because your industry, especially the financial industry, it teaches you their marketing strategy is always talk to one individual, call 100 people, and it was always slow. So when I say, oh no, I ain't got time for all that, I'm going to say the same thing 100 times and write the same DM to 100 people. I don't have time for that. Who got time for that? I don't have time for that. So I realized this is what was taking us so long to make money, because the way we were making money, well, we were only one person and we didn't know how to compress. We didn't know how to get everybody all at once into the same space and talk to them right now, like I'm doing right now. Like I'm doing right now. The biggest, that's why we cut out, we limit our sales call or conversation. Like if somebody want to work with me, we limit that for one time a month. Within 1 week for that month. That's the only time. We limited that because I don't have time to be sitting on the call telling the same person something I could tell everyone. She said, marketing needs work for sure. I thank you for your honesty, Nikki. I thank you so much for your honesty. We got to learn how to, she said, I knew that. Nikki said, I knew that. Oh, there's two Nikki's up here. I knew there had to be another way. Okay. And it is. And it is. And I'm going to go deeper because I know we don't have time here, but I'm going to go deeper. So you got to put cash flow inside or go to credibility to cashflowchallenge.com. We're going to go deeper. So I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down because I get excited when I understand the mythology behind here. Because at the end of the day, your goal is to make sales. And I had to break the belief system that, oh, you know, I'm doing good. It's taking me 2 to 3 years to get to my goal, but that's okay. That's normal. I had to break the normal. There was nothing normal about me. So I had to break that. I had to break that mindset. And I had to get out of the mindset and say, the only reason I am not making the money necessary for me to make is because I don't know how to compress time. I don't know how to, all the things that I have planned out to increase my visibility, I need to learn how to do that more and faster in more time, right? I don't need to be talking to individual after individual after individual. I got to figure out how to do that. Oh my God, this is so good. This is so good, y'all. Are y'all getting this? Are y'all getting, yes, we need to break the normal. This is so good. I want y'all to get this. This is so good. I want y'all to get it. So even if you're successful in your business, if this is another way where you have the ability to learn the skills, to compress time, to where you are not sitting at home like it was one time like, oh, I got 5 life insurance policies I gotta get to, and I'm exhausted. I was so exhausted. Now you think I'd be happy because I have 5 people I need to call, not appointments, because the appointments you still got to do one-on-one, right? But just to talk to say, hey, this is what an IUL do. This is what a term life do. And I was exhausted, right? Because that's not even the appointment itself to write it. That's just the information part, right? I'm like, this is what, I'm only one person. This is taking way too long. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? And I'm like, why are we doing this? This is ghetto. My girlfriend had this thing. I think she doesn't like. She's like, this is ghetto. This is not working. That's her favorite terminology to everything. This is ghetto. It's not working. So I'm listening to my coach, and he says to me, Sherri, we are so used to doing things one at a time that we have not mastered the idea of compressing time. So let's say you say, I want to have an event, I want to have a seminar and I'm going to have a seminar in 4 months. I'm going to have a seminar. Instead of saying you want to have a seminar and speak to everybody at once, why not have 2 seminars? Why not have 3 seminars? Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? And you're asking me, well, Sherri, how find cash flow? Drop the word cash flow. We'll give you the link to teach you how. And make sure you get a VIP, because let's be clear, the VIP are the only one that get the Zoom link. The ones who are not in VIP, you have to watch it inside of the Facebook group. So that's the difference. The VIP, they get to come in 1 hour early. So that's why it's so important that you get the VIP experience. That's why they're VIP. And that was like, wow, that opened my mind, like, interesting. So whatever you have planned, now let me work on some people's belief system right now, because as soon as I talk, I can hear it in my spirit. I can really hear it in my spirit. What we take away from here is that your activity you need to 10x your activity. but with a strategy. Not just 10x like calling 100 people. That's not what I mean. You need to 10x your strategy in the activity that you choose to do. So how do you do that? Let me leave you with some stuff, and then we'll go deeper um, at our 5 day challenge, because it's 5 days, so we have more than enough time to go through each step. Let me just go there. So when we talk about 10x your strategy, instead of doing what are some activity right now that you are doing to bring more people in. I think somebody's just answering me before I even ask it. This is so amazing. Yes, I do lunch and learns every Tuesday. Next need to 10x. So, what are some activity that you are doing right now in your business? Let's share those activity that you're doing right now in your business to bring more visibility to your business. Go ahead and put that in the chat right now. Go ahead and put in chat right now. All right. So, because when the reason I'm saying that is if you're trying to get to your first 6 figures or your first 7 figures, I don't want to know that, y'all. Are you put in the chat if you're trying to get to 6 figures or if you're trying to get to 7 figures? That's super helpful for me to know, so I can know where you are, because I don't want to be talking over your head and you still haven't make your first 7 figures yet either. So let me know, are you aiming for 6 figures? Or are you aiming for 7 figures? Go ahead and put that in the chat. It's good to know. Some people say 7 figures. Okay, I got some 7 figures here. What I learned, this is going to be so good. I went to an event, and this is not from me. We got some folks in here trying to aim for the 7, honey. Okay, come through. And it's okay for 6 too. If you have 6, we got some 7. Show me the money. Okay, let me say that. So I was talking to a gentleman, and he challenged me to up my 7 figures, and he said, "How? What?" I said, "Well, what do I need to do?" And he said, "What do I need to do?" And he said to me, and I'm going to share this with you because I had to pay 150 grand to learn this. So I'm sharing to you for free. And we're going to go again. We're going to go dive deeper on our challenge. He says, the difference when you're trying to aim, especially for 7 figures or any figure, let me be clear, you're going to be doing activities, but you're going to let go of a lot of activity that you do. You're going to go down to maybe 3 activity or less. So some of y'all want to be on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. What's the other one they just have now? Thread. And thinking you need to be all over the place and doing all sorts, like she said, she's doing lunch and learn and doing all sorts of stuff. That you're selling yourself short because you don't have enough help or support to be all over the place. So when you're aiming for a goal, you're doing the activity, but you're doing less. You're doing the activity, simple activity, 3 times. So you're going to be thinking about what is a revenue activity that I need to do on a daily basis to increase to 10x my results. And those revenue activity are probably going to be 3 or less, but you're going to do more of those 3 or less things. Oh, that blew me away. I hope it's blew you away the way it blew me away. I hope it literally blew your, like, so when you're talking about revenue activity, if you so what we did, and it worked, and I'm only speaking for what worked. Okay. So what we did is, and now the reason why we're able to hit 4K, I think we have 4,400 people right now inside of our tribe, in this tribe. The reason we're able to do that, because I let go of everything. I let go of trying to be on LinkedIn and trying to be on all these platforms. And it was just too much for me. It was just too overwhelming. So I said, listen, what is the activity that I can do right now in the space that I'm in? And at that time, I was by myself. I didn't have a success coordinator. I didn't have the team that I have now. So I'm just speaking from somebody who's saying, hey, I want to get to my first 6 figures and move on to my 7 figures. I'm speaking to you right now. So we let go of because it was just me and a single mom in a 2-bedroom apartment. So I said, okay, being that I'm still a mom, I still got to be doing the things for my son, taking to school, taking from school. What can I do in the space and capacity of my time? And I said, okay, I'm only going to choose 3 revenue activity that increase my visibility with strategy to get my ideal client to see I am the go-to person for that. So what I did, I picked 3, and that's it. So I let go of trying to be on LinkedIn every day. Baby, just wasn't working over there for me, right? Because people are like, oh, but that's the place to be. No, baby, your ideal client is wherever you are, because you are the gift. You are the gift. You're the gift. So I let go of going over to LinkedIn. Another thing that I let go of, I was doing YouTube videos every single week, right? And I didn't have the capacity and I didn't have a support system. So I let go of that too. I literally let go of that too. I'm just being honest. Can we just be honest? Put honest in the chat right here. Can we just be transparent? So I had to let go of that too. So then I said, oh, then I was sending out emails. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's just too much. So I picked three things that I can do. My three things was I was doing live videos. Oh my gosh, y'all better go ahead and get this cash flow. So I was doing my live video. I was coming here just like I'm doing on Monday nights. I kept this. I kept my Monday night training. I kept that. And I kept my Monday night training and I kept my weekly emails. And that was it. And that was it. And that was it. And as I was doing these trainings, and Facebook favors my algorithm. Okay, hold on. Facebook favors my algorithm and started pushing out my content to more people because I was just doing this. I would do what I need to do and I would get right back off and let God do the rest. Oh, Jesus. Father, thank you. I would do what I need to do. I would do what I say I'm going to do. If I say I'm going to do these three activities, I would do those three activities, and that's it. If I said I was going to do 2 reels, and I would do my 2 reels, and then I would do my live videos every Monday, and I've been doing it for a year. I've been doing this for a year, and I let go of everything. And I had a 60K day, and I had a 250K day, and I had a 75K day, and all of that was because I let go and let God. I know I just gave them gold, Nikki. I don't know if they realize that I just gave them gold. I don't know if they got it yet. Put a yes in chat, and I said I let go. And here's the thing: it sounds too good to be true. It sounds too. So I had to have the discipline to say, hey, I'm done. I'm going to go hang out with my son. I'm done. I'm going to go hang out with my family. I'm done. So sometimes I would get done early on what I said I was doing for the week, and I let go and I let God. Because once I keep pushing it, then I'm operating in force. And we don't operate in force, baby, over here. We operate in flow. We don't operate in force. So I choose the 3 things that I can do. And when I say I'm committed to do it, if I say I'm committed to come here Monday at 7 p.m. and give it this gym, I'm going to show up at 7 p.m. and give this gym. We literally leave soccer early so I could be here today. So I did that. And then I said, all right, these are the only things as a mom at that time when I was single, these are the only thing that I can do. And that's it. That's all I can do. And let me tell y'all something. Every time I started going live, and then Facebook started favoring my algorithms because I was consistent. And I would get people in my DM saying, hey, Sherri, I want to reach out to you. I literally have a whole results of people saying, hey, I want term life. I want whole life. I want a policy. I want this. I want that. And literally, that's all I was doing. And let me tell y'all something I was doing. I ain't know the darn thing about life insurance because I was still learning myself. I was still learning, but my activity, I was consistent with that. That was the key. And consistency doesn't mean I was doing it every day. Let's be understandable of what I'm saying. This is so good. If y'all want more, put more in the chat. I just want to make sure. I know it's Labor Day, and I don't want to be wasting y'all time. But if you want more, put more in the chat, and make sure you sign up for our cash flow your life, cash flow, credibility to cash flow. Put cash flow in the chat if you want the link, and make sure you get your VIP. Just make sure you get VIP. All right. So I will go live. Thank y'all for the more. Thank y'all. I will go live. And when I would go live, I said, so these are the things. So when this guy said, hey, this is what you need. You don't need to do more activity. You need to do a few activity. You need to choose a few activity, but be consistent with those activities. And that blew my mind. Because society tells me that I had to be on every platform. Society tells me that I need to be everywhere. Society tells me I need to look, exhausted. And let me tell you something. From those 3 activities, I got opportunity to be on podcasts. I got opportunity to speak on stages. Some of y'all met me on those through some of those activities. But I was only doing those 3 things. I was only doing those three things. So I wasn't, because I learned that here's the secret. Y'all ready for this? Sharon, hey, Sharon said, great information. Thank you, Queen. Sherri, you signed up already for credibility cash flow. I'm gonna give y'all more because you said teach what you learn. So now, yes, that was the thing. So let me go deeper. Oh, this is so, I wasn't planning on going here, but this is go deeper. So I said to you, harnessing the power of effective communication. So I would communicate with people and they would ask me questions. I was not tied to the outcome. I was never on there, but like, oh my God, I hope they schedule a call with me. I never, ever, ever, anyone that I sold insurance to at the time when I was doing insurance, before I got downlines and stuff, at the, I never would, I never call someone about, do you want to do insurance with me? Never. Every single client that I have in my database all reach out to me. I never once reach out to them. Never, never. All I did is what I just told you. I use video marketing to, and you already know some of you guys are new to hear my space, but you hear my story. I use video marketing and speak it consistently. Consistently doesn't mean you're doing it every day, but it means when you say you're going to show up, you show up, right? Based on the capacity that I had at the time. And I was never attached to the outcome. Like, I'm going to do this here. Like right now, like whether you sign up for credibility cash flow or not, and we already have 26 people signed up already, I'm not tied to the outcome. Right? When you get on a call with someone and they say no, they don't want your policy, or they don't want your offer, they don't want your products, don't be tied to the outcome. That person is not tied to your abundance. God did not put your abundance in one person's pocket. Okay, let me say it for the people in the back. God did not put your prosperity in one person's pocket. In one person's pocket. So therefore, knowing that God did not do that, right? A person saying no to you does not transform your ability to make your revenue that you need to make. So I'm never tied to the outcome, because you're not saying no to you. They're saying no to remaining the way they are. They're saying no to saying, oh, if something happened to me, I don't know what, I have to go do a GoFundMe account. Oh, if something happened to me, my marriage is going to be breaking up. If something happened, they're not saying no to, oh, come on. They're not saying no to you. They're saying no to staying the same. They're saying no to the invitation to transform their life. So when you don't make it personal, because once you make it personal, you have already been out of the wrong energy. You're operating in the wrong force. And we don't force over there, we flow. So when I realized that, I said I'm going to commit to coming, speaking. I said, here's a 3 activity that I commit to. So if your 3 activity is calling somebody 3 people a day, 3 people every Wednesday. If that's your activity, that's your activity. If you have time to do a video marketing on talking about educating people on your expertise, that's your activity. Oh, this is so good, y'all. Y'all should have paid for this one. I'm telling y'all, right? So, and it's not about I'm gonna do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. No, it's about saying I'm gonna do it on Monday, I'm gonna do it on maybe Friday, and that's it. Y'all better tag somebody that know they should have been here and it's not here right now, because I'm about to wrap up. And they have to catch a replay. So when I realized that I 10x my few activity that y'all, this is so good. I hope y'all are, this is so good. When it's not about, oh, do this or this or this or this, and then you do this. It was literally, we have a Joyful Tribe Builder Academy system, and the system literally show you what to do once a week to generate leads consistently. And we're not selling that. We're just explaining to you. That's when we harness the power of that, because the world has told us that we need to be on Tread, we need to be on TikTok, we need to be on all this stuff. You see me on all this stuff now because doing those 3 activities generated revenue, so I can hire a team to do all this stuff, to hire my videographer to come over. But that was then, baby. We ain't talking about now. You use what's in your hands, and what's in your hands, your gift will make room for you. And then when your gift make room for you, it open up that you can now hire other people to do all the things that you do. Like you guys are telling me, oh God, Sherri, I love your fancy website. Baby, that's a team. I ain't doing that before. I throw what's up there, whatever is up there, that's what I throw because it gets exhausting. Yes, somebody says exhausting. So I wanna stop right now, but I really wanna let's walk away with this with a recap. The first recap is we have to master the power of effective persuasive effective communication. What that looks like, we can dive deeper into that on our at the credibility cash flow workshop. Number two, we'll talk about, we're gonna 10x our money faster by picking three revenue activity that is consistent to our goal. What are those three things that, based on your schedule, based on your time, based on you being a mom, dad, whoever, I don't know if I have some guys in here, that you can commit to doing? You can commit to doing. What are those three activity? And this is the last one I really want to kind of stay here with you. When we talk about giving you the opportunity to peel back behind the scenes and show you deeper how to do that, whether it's from this credibility cash flow challenge, never settle for free. I've never heard a millionaire said they made seven figures by going through the free thing. Never. Train your brain to never be okay with free. Train your brain to never be okay with just getting free. We offer a $47 VIP experience where you get to come on Zoom with me for 1 hour for 5 days before the challenge start. Honey, you're saving so much money had you had to talk to me on a fast track session, because our fast track session is $2,500. So I want to condition your mind to, if you're saying you're hit seven figures, show me a millionaire, because that's what you just said that you want in your chat, that you said in the chat, that get all free things and was able to succeed to be a millionaire. I never heard of that before. Never. So I condition my mind to always say, what am I worthy of? Am I worthy of being on Zoom and getting my questions answered? Or am I worthy of watching it on Facebook? There's no mediocre in this line. So you have to really, it's not just for the challenge. I want you to think of that anywhere, when you're going to a conference, when you're going to an event. So don't be comfortable with accepting free, because it doesn't go down in free. It goes down in VIP. It doesn't go down in free. It goes down in VIP. There's somebody in VIP that's going to ask a question that you were looking for the answer, but you can't get your question answered because you're not in there. I am trying to condition your mind to start accepting what you're worthy of, like what you're worthy of. That's because the level of what you're saying, your seven figures, that's how seven figure people operate. That's how high value thinkers operate. So in order for you to learn effective communication, you have to be in the space necessary of where effective communication, to speak the mindset, the belief system. Shout out to, God, what is her name? She asked a question. She said, Sherri, her question she put on Facebook was it your hard work that makes you a millionaire, or was it the energy that you possess that brings you to that millionaire status? And I said, great question. And I said to her, I said, it was the discipline of the activity that I just told y'all about. And then the second thing I said was, it was the energy that I use with that discipline. It has to go together. It was the way, and last, it was me always wanting to be in a space with higher thinkers. And higher thinkers don't do free. Even higher thinkers don't do it. Not the space that I'm in. So for me to get in a room with people who are performing at a higher level, I just know, I'm like, okay, how much does that cost? Because I want to be there. Even my team, they know, like, when I'm going somewhere, I'm going to speak on something, or I'm going to do something, I'm like, I don't even want to know what general admission is. I want to know what the VIP is, because everybody who paid for VIP, their conversation is different. And as I'm training you, Kathy said, yes, VIP, baby. Kathy, are you coming to the challenge? I didn't know if I see your name on the list. I don't know, sweetie. I gotta look. I get the list the next day. But and how you been, Queen? How are you? Kathy is amazing. So I just want to train my brain to always be in the highest level, because when we're thinking about ideas, like I just told you, like the guy telling me, hey Sherri, that was an investment. That was an investment that I had to pay to get what I just gave to you for free, right? That was an investment. Like, hey, if you want to 10x your sales, it's going to require you to do three activity and keep those three activity consistently, and don't be tied to the outcome. It's like the people who are doing YouTube channels. When they do their YouTube channels, when they first started, they're not looking like, oh my God, they're not making any sales. All they're doing is just getting up, doing their YouTube channels, going back to sleep, getting up, doing their YouTube channels, going back to sleep. And they constantly do that. And no given time did they say, I'm going to stop doing this YouTube channel. Then they turn around and 6 months later, 7 months later, YouTube is paying them for their content because they never gave up on that. And that's the same way you have to think of your business. Whatever that 10x activity is, that's the same way. It's like you walk by what I call blind faith. You walk by blind faith and you just keep going, because I'd rather do that than trying to chase or convince somebody to get a product that they already know that they should be getting. No, if you have the cure for cancer, are you begging people to come find to take your cancer? No. Apple don't beg anybody for the iPhone. They don't beg anyone for when the iPhone launched, baby. People are in line, and you have something that is way better than Apple that would save people lives, save people marriage. So why should you have to convince and use lack of integrity in people DMs to get them to listen to you? You don't have to. You don't have to. When you do things like that, it's because you forget whose you are. You forget who you are and whose you are. So when you do unethical stuff that maybe you're downline and people tell you to do in this marketing space, it's because for a minute you forgot whose you are. And we got to remind you who you belong to, which is God above. Make no mistake. And I don't have to convince anyone when I'm walking in his power, because I'm a descendant of him. And you're Kathy, and everyone here is a descendant of him. So I want to share that with you, that figuring out what is the 10x your activity, but what are those activity that you're going to say yes to and do it in a consistent manner based on your time, based on your schedule. You also want to work on effective communication, and where you can have that persuasive, effective communication, that you work on your speaking. That's why I love videos so much, because you got to constantly work on that, and it bring out the mastery in learning how to communicate. And we'll dive deeper in that. Listen, I'm wrapping up, but if you haven't already, I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you haven't already, you need to sign up for a credibility to cash flow challenge, because it's going to transform your life. If 1 hour of talking with me you've learned something tonight, just imagine 5 days of this. Just imagine 5 days of teaching you how to monetize and market the gift that who you are, your expertise. So people can be calling you in your DM opposed to you trying to reach out to them. All right. That's all I got. If you're interested in a credibility to cash flow, it's free. And we also have a VIP option. A VIP option is super simple, that you get to come on an hour early and talk with me and ask me any questions you want in regards to your business. And then we join, and then you also get a Zoom link. If you're free, doesn't get a Zoom link, they just have to tune in from Facebook. All right, that's all I got for y'all. It's your girl, Sherri Summer Bell. I can't wait to see you September 11th on the 5-day challenge. Talk to you later.